Well, today we didn't really intend on doing anything about the freeze dryer, but we started out showing you that's what we put in the freeze dryer yesterday are some of our beans. The freezer is full, so this is what we do now. But what we're going to do now is go plant a plant. In the fall, one of the things I find, well, first of all, the fall is a good time to plant perennials because that gives them time for the roots to grow, and so in the spring they come back really nice and vigorous. Also in the fall, I find sometimes you can find some good plants for a reasonable price as the Lowe's, Home Depot, the nurseries are starting to clear out some of their stock. Some of the stuff might look kind of sad, but I find that I can usually bring it back. Today we're going to plant a euphorbia. So I found a place for it. I'll show you, Al, where I want to put it. Let's go this way.
Right over here by the pond, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds good.
I've got a nice little spot. Euphorbia needs pretty close to full sun. This is a little bit shaded this time of year, but in the summer it will get lots of sun, and it needs good drainage.
Well, it's got drainage in those rocks, doesn't it?
Yeah, I have one over there that I planted in the rocks. It's a different variety.
Boy, it sure spread out. It started out as just a little bitty sprout.
Yeah, it was a little tiny plant. So we'll go ahead and plant this guy right here. You get in here in the rocks. So don't you think that looks kind of cute right there?
Yeah, that's good.
So we'll set it aside. And I'll dig a hole.
Didn't have a hard time digging a hole in those rocks, dear. There's
yeah,
not much...
I know. It's not going to be an easy task. I'm going to have to find a little... I might not be able to plant it right here. We'll see. I don't know how big of a hole I'm going to need for this guy, but right here's some good dirt. If I can get him right in here, it's going to be good. He's definitely going to have drainage right here. Yeah, let's see if that will go in there now. This is Euphorbia Ascot Rain is what it's called.
It looks like it's a little bit lighter colored than the one on the other side of the pond.
Yeah, I think it is, but it's going to have some reddish, a little bit of red tint on it. You can kind of see it right there.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to spread these roots out. I think what we're going to have to do is probably, I can't dig deep enough.
We'll have to put some dirt in around it.
I think we'll have to just bring some dirt and put dirt around it. So for right now, I'll bring some dirt over later and fill this all in. And I'll put this rock back right here. And here's a piece of wood that was there. And I think I'll sand this up on its edge. And there. And I think we can fill that in with dirt and it'll be fine. Well, I'm going to make my way over here to our fourth raised bed where I have some bush beans that have about seen the day. I have some good new ones, but all of these right in here are done. So what we're going to do is pull all of these up, and they're easy to pull up. Oh, that's got some beans on it. Look at that.
Yeah, we'll salvage them home and take them.
I think maybe we'll go over here to the other side where I've already pulled some up. How does that sound?
All right.
And what I want to do is plant some spinach seed for a fall crop of spinach, hopefully.
Got it. All right.
So I'll kind of work this soil just a little bit. Make sure I've got this nice here. That's a little deeper than I want it, so I'll fill it in a little bit. Okay, that ought to be just about right. This is Baby's Leaf Hybrid Spinach from Burpee. That's what I'm planting. I don't have too many seeds left, but I think I have, oh, there's quite a bit in there actually. So I'll try to get this about 2 or 3 inches apart. And then we'll pick those beans over there and eventually pull that out.
Well, we can pull them out and collect the beans that are on them at the same time.
Oh, that's true. So there's our fall crop of spinach.
One of the things that I wanted to talk to you about is, yes, it's going to be in the garden. It's going to be showing a garden feature, but it's not about the garden at all. It's about the camera that we use to shoot these Gretchen's garden and greenhouse. We use a cell phone with a wireless microphone that kind of helps with the audio, and we use that microphone most of the time. But what I discovered the other day, you may find of interest. And it's a way of double shooting. You shoot the front and the back camera of your cell phone simultaneous. Take a look.
Well, pole beans can kind of get to be a tangle. So in order to get them, sometimes you have to get in here and move the foliage so you can get to the beans down in here. As you can see, there's quite a few beans in here.
Well, there's one thing that I found that always works for me is when I think I have them all I have to do is walk away and come right back, and then I'll find another half dozen or so.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Some of these are getting kind of mature. If they're too mature, what I do, well, first of all, I check them. And as you can see, that's not real juicy inside, so it needs to be shelled.
Yeah, we shell them and then just have the beans right along with the regular serving.
Yeah.
Well, now that's kind of a fun feature that you can play with on your cell phone. Most everybody's got it. I cannot remember if it came with a phone or it was one of the downloads that I got. Mine is an Android, and I went to the Samsung site and I downloaded some extra stuff, and it could have been part of that. But anyway, it's double recording is what it's called. But also earlier this week, we're going to cut to another short video, and what we did is the sunflowers had just gotten to the point where it was almost impossible to work around them. It was time to cut them down, and we took care of that earlier this week. Take a look.
Normally, I leave the heads of plants with seeds for the birds, but I'm cutting these off and pulling them up and getting rid of them because I don't want them to seed here again. They're just too unruly. So, in fact, look at that. That was just splitting. There's got a big pile of them here that I've cut off. My plan was to dig them up with the digging fork, but that doesn't work. So, what we're going to do is just take the loppers and cut them off as close to the ground as we can and let them rot. So I think I want the ratchet here. This is a great tool. So we'll get right down here, practically in the dirt. Oops, there's something again. Let's see if I can get right in here. Ah. There we go. I've been anxious to show this plant blooming, so let's come over here and just get a real close-up. There it is. That's a monk's hood.
That is gorgeous.
It's just starting to bloom.
Well, this is
And this
it's
is,
almost October.
yeah, and this is just growth this year.
Well, that's it for this week, folks. Thanks so much for joining us. See you next time.
Bye.